Hello everyone, I'm day weather meteorologist Don Day with your Public Lands Council weekly weather update for this October 8th, 2022. It's being brought to you by WSR Insurance Services Incorporated and also brought to you by Ag Risk Advisors. Well, as we head into the next week, we do have some interesting weather, or at least the potential to talk about. So far this fall season, there's been a lack of any real big shots of cold. In fact, many of you haven't even had a super hard frost or freeze yet. Well, that may come to an end by the middle to the end of this upcoming week, as we do have a possible change to much colder temperatures and possibly rain and snow. This will be especially true for the central and northern Rockies, the northern plains states. That's where I think the coldest weather will come. We don't know exactly how intense the cold will be, whether it'll just be a modest cool down or a more significant one, but it does bear watching. Nice weather, though, through the weekend and early next week, except for parts of the southwest United States and southern plains. Arizona, New Mexico have gotten more rain, and into West Texas and those areas we'll see more showers and thunderstorms through the weekend, while nice October weather will be found elsewhere across the west, whether it's the Pacific Northwest, the coast of California, the coastal regions, as well as the interior west. The drought monitor continues to show a lot of red and orange, especially in this area right here, where drought conditions continue to be very, very severe. Although you can see there's pockets where there's been some help, and this is really true in parts of Montana and Wyoming, where there's been improvement since the beginning of the year, Colorado as well. And actually, even though we still got a lot of brown here, there's been big improvements here. But California, Oregon, the Great Basin states still suffering from drought, north central areas of Montana as well. But those areas you just see in the past week have picked up some rain, as well as rain across Wyoming, parts of Colorado, Utah, parts of New Mexico and Arizona into the northern plains. And of course, you can see Hurricane Ian there and the very heavy rains that have fallen over the last 7 days. And these are your precipitation anomalies. And you can see this dry section here in the nation's midsection, the Pacific Northwest and California, while we do have these two areas of wet across parts of the Intermountain West and the southeast parts of the United States. As we go into the weekend, high pressure over most of the west means good weather right here. Warm, fair, dry conditions. This low down in Mexico will continue to bring showers and cooler weather to parts of the southwest United States, Arizona, New Mexico, parts of southern Colorado and Utah in particular, while cooler, unsettled weather will be found in the Great Lakes and the northeastern areas of the United States. But by the middle of the week, what I'm showing you is a weather chart for around the Wednesday timeframe. Notice high pressure builds in the Gulf of Alaska. This is allowing the jet stream to drop. And if this happens, we have a lot of cold air in the Northwest Territories and the Yukon that'll want to come south into central Canada, into the northern plains and northern Rockies, then push eastward across the U.S. So we may very well, by the middle to the end of next week, have a much colder regime for a large part of the United States from the Rockies and points eastward if this all comes together. There'll be showers of rain and, snow, and possibly some hard freezing temperatures, depending on the amplitude and the severity of that system, due by the middle of next week. So livestock interests and folks hunting and folks wanting to do stuff outdoors or to travel should be prepared for those weather pattern changes. Over the next 7 days, you can see the heavier moisture here in the southern plains, New Mexico and Arizona, along that I-40 corridor there, but also parts of the northern plains here with that cold front. We'll see some areas of rain, snow in those central and northern areas. Our next update will be the 15th. Have a great weekend and a great week ahead.